Good evening. Welcome to Geometry. My name is Mrs. Slattery. I absolutely love this class. Your students are active participants. They encourage and support each other. They volunteer, which is so nice to see as we investigate all the different theorems and definitions in geometry class. So our curriculum starts out with units on points, lines, and planes. We work with the polygons. We talk about area, perimeter, then we go into circumference. We also work with all the different transformations. And of course, you cannot leave Mrs. Slattery's class without working with the Pythagorean theorem. Who remembers that one? So I would like to take you into our Google Classroom. So I often ask your children who would like to volunteer to present your work. So we do a lot of peer interaction. We give a lot of peer feedback. So like I said, they're just so supportive of one another and encouraging each other. So what happens is I'll ask who would like to present their work, and they will volunteer. So they go into the present mode. So they know how to do that. So I'll show you what we do. Go to their present, and I'll present my screen just as they would present their screen. So as I'm presenting, we'll go into our Google Classroom. So you should be able to see what is on my screen here. And in the Google Classroom, I have all the lessons posted for each day. So you'll have the day of the week, and then under that will be the lesson. So we started the first day with a scavenger hunt. And if we were at school, I would give each group their own camera, and we would go all around the school and find all the different ways that we can show all the different geometry terms that we're looking through. So if we looked at parallel and perpendicular lines, we'd find examples. We'd find examples of all the different angles, acute, right, and obtuse. And then we would go outside and we'd find all the different shapes, all the different polygons, hexagons, octagons. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So then each lesson, like I said, this is my favorite day of the week, Friday. Because if anybody have they mentioned Fun Friday to you? So yeah, every Friday's Fun Friday in geometry class. So we work with this Friday, the first Friday, we went to we did a virtual field trip, and we went to the National Museum of Math. And as Galileo, our famous astronomer, said, we can't understand the world around us without first understanding math. So we went to the National Museum of Math. Did you know it's in New York? And iReady is another fantastic program that we use. It helps us build those foundational skills that the students need to move to the next level. So we work with numbers and operations, algebra, measurement and data, and geometry. So make sure your child gets into we call it the Clever account. So make sure they get into their Clever account and work on their iReady skills. So we incorporate those lessons once a week. We usually work with that in math lab, and then during our regular class time, I can add lessons to their iReady work. So I've posted some resources, all the different. We do a math word wall. We have all the essential geometry terms and definitions. Like I said, we start with points, lines, and planes. I'll post different activities there, videos. This Khan Academy is fabulous. It's a whole free resource. So anything and everything you need to know about math is at Khan Academy, and you can watch those videos. I include the study guide whenever we have a quiz. And again, we're doing a lot with angles. We've used a protractor, a virtual online protractor to measure those angles. complementary and supplementary angles. And we even last Friday before, we did the honeybees. Why do honeybees love hexagons? And those TED Talks were a lot of fun. We worked with vertical angles. And this Friday was one of my favorite. We did geometry with roof trusses. So I really try to get those real world examples. When am I going to use this? Why do I need to know this? Well, for all of you that are going into the construction field, anybody being an architect, right? We can, I posted, like I said, I posted the video, but then there's also this challenge. So they'll click on this, roof trusses, and it'll take us to a Google slide. And that's where you can, report all your answers in. I either do it in Google Slide or Google Docs, and this way it seemed to be a little bit easier. So with that, right, we talked about the different roof trusses, and we did the fan truss and the double W truss, and then we talked about the angles, right? Are we using, well, if this angle measures 110, how do I get this angle here, right? That's a linear pair. How do we know that's supplementary? So the two angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So if this is 110, this has to be 70, right? And they give you this peak angle here measures 120 degrees, right? So, if this is 60 and we're saying this is symmetric, so talk about a line of symmetry, then each of these has to be 30. And then going to the sum of the interior angles of a triangle, I'll have to add up to 180. So then each of these angles is the same, so that has to measure 60. So then we go into the equiangular triangles, equilateral triangles. So it's, it's a great course, really fun. And what do we do? Oh, angle bisectors. Yes, so we've been working with angle bisectors. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Really enjoyed, again, bringing that real world experience to the classroom and to our course. Okay. So I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. And most important, I want to let you know that my goal is to help build the students' confidence in math, right? Have them enjoy learning as much as I do. So thank you so much. Have a great night.